Welcome, everybody, to the inaugural episode of On the Wild.
I'm Anuj Basker.
And I'm Riley Keenan. And we're both from Oakville, Ontario. We're both currently studying sport media at Ryerson University.
We went to the same elementary school, high school. We've been friends pretty much our whole life. Became friends in...
I want to say grade 5.
5, yeah.
Yeah. Took a little while to start.
Yeah, we've known each other pretty much our whole life.
Yeah, we knew of each other for a while, but I guess we kind of started becoming friends with recess, like playing basketball and football.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mini sticks.
But yeah, I guess a little bit about us. I played hockey and baseball my whole life, so I've always loved sports. And I think the reason both of us wanted to do sport media is we just wanted to be a part of the journey. When
sure.
We realized pretty early we weren't going to go pro, so might as well be there somehow.
From birth.
Yeah. But yeah, basically the podcast is just about sports, entertainment, and everything in between, kind of just the conversation flowing the way it does.
The conversations we have on a day-to-day basis, pretty much.
We thought we basically might as well
camera.
just record it because we do it anyways.
Yeah.
And yeah, so... Man, speaking of football and recess, what did you think about the championship games from this past weekend?
I mean, I picked the Packers, and I honestly think they should have won the game.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of self-inflicted penalties, obviously the pass interference.
Yeah. What did you think about the pass interference?
It was a pass interference.
Yeah.
It's a pass interference, but at the same time, if you're not going to call it the whole game, you can't just call it in the most important situation.
Yeah, they set a precedent early and they didn't follow it. It absolutely was pass interference, and it's so tough because you have to call it, and if you didn't call it, it kind of screws the Buccaneers over.
Yeah.
Because, I think it was third down, right?
Yeah, it was 3rd and 4.
Yeah, they would have had to punt, and then they got 54 seconds, I think it was?
It may have been over a minute. It would have been over a minute because they had the 2-minute warning, then they had 3 timeouts. So it would have been well over a minute.
Yeah. And then, you look at the play, 4th down, they decide to kick it. I picked the Buccaneers to win. I've been a Brady fan my whole life. I'm a Browns fan, but I really appreciate Brady and what he brings to the game. So I was picking the Buccaneers, but even I was pissed. I'm like, how do you not go for it when you got the best quarterback in the league this season?
Literally, in the moment we're in a group chat, and I said he has 3 timeouts, 4 timeouts. But the more I thought about it, I was like, what are you doing? Yeah. Because then you're at the 8-yard line. You're on 4th and goal. I trust Aaron Rodgers more than I trust the Green Bay defense. Even though they played well in the second half, I trust Aaron Rodgers more. And even if you get the ball back, you're going to have 1 timeout, and you're going to be in bad field position. Yeah. And if you don't get it on 4th down, then you still need a touchdown regardless. Exactly. And then you have Tampa Bay inside their 10.
Yeah, you're already guaranteed good field position, and if you kick the field goal, then you got to just hope that you're going to get the ball back. And you got Tom Brady, who's one of the best clock managed quarterbacks in the league. Yeah. You can't hope you're going to get the ball back.
Quarterback of all time.
Yeah. I was even saying, if there's anybody that's going to... earlier in the game, we were talking about the game possibly being over in the third quarter when the Buccaneers...
after the Aaron Jones fumble.
Yeah. Man.
The second one.
I wonder if his contract money will go down a little bit because of those.
Someone will pay him. I don't think Green Bay will.
Yeah. They got Williams, and A.J. Dillon's a beast. Yeah. So...
I think Williams is a free agent too, but he'll be a lot cheaper.
Yeah. But you got to go for it there. But we were talking about them coming back. If there's anybody that's going to come back, is Aaron Rodgers. But at the same time, you got Tom Brady on the other side. Yeah. So that's a tough situation.
I think an underrated part of that game that no one's talking about is the Devontae Adams drop touchdown.
Yeah. And the Lazard drop touchdown.
Yeah. I think the back shoulder in the second quarter on 1st down, I remember. That's the underrated part because then it would have been tied. Yeah. And then later on, they don't have to go for 2, and then all of a sudden, you're down 3. Yeah. Instead of down however much.
Yeah. Hindsight's 20/20, but
fourth and goal, you kick a field goal, it's tied.
Yeah. Even when I think about obviously they should have gone for it on 4th down, but they still obviously had those 3 opportunities. In goal. And I look at the play right on 3rd down, Aaron Rodgers had a clear lane to the touchdown zone.
I don't think he would have got it. I don't think he would have got it, but he would have gotten a lot closer.
Exactly. And then it would have been a lot easier on the next play.
Yeah, because I think Sue was behind him. Pierre-Paul kind of stopped. I don't know. I feel hesitated. I don't know what he did, but he would have been racing Sue, which I think he would have won that. Yeah. And then the linebacker would have came and he would have either slid or went down, whatever, but they would have been at the 3 or 4 yard line probably.
That game was a true testament to the Buccaneers defense, though. A lot of people were coming in talking about, it's not going to be able to stand the test against Rodgers, but White, Levante David, Whitehead got 2 fumble. What's the word?
That was Whitehead.
Yeah, he forced 2 fumbles. Devin White picked up, or not Devin White. What was his name?
I think Devin White picked it up.
Man, there's a lot of Whites, a lot of Browns, But yeah, he picked it up. I mean, the Buccaneers defense was swarming, but even I look at Brady, like he didn't have that great of a game. He threw 3 interceptions.
He played great in the first half.
Yeah, he did what he needed to do to get the first downs, to manage the clock.
But I think the 3 interceptions, the first one I'm not gonna like blame on him because Evans, it was a bit high, but Evans should have caught it. And then
even the third one, like he was pressured like right away, and he kind of tried to throw it downfield, but it
was a bad decision. He should have just took the sack.
Yeah, but what a catch by Jair.
Yeah, Jair Alexander is the best corner in the NFL.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's between him, Ramsey. Gilmore was out this year. For most of the year, but
Humphrey too.
Yeah, man. The way Humphrey is just able to force fumbles all the time is so annoying.
6 this year.
Yeah, but like you just watch him and you're like you see him
Charles Tillman.
Yeah, you see him loading up and you're like he's getting that ball.
Yeah.
But like these guys need to hold on to it a little bit better, but
I mean the Chiefs game.
Yeah. I mean
they're an NBA team.
Yeah. They're
an NBA team because we doubt them all year and then they just flip a switch.
Yeah.
It's like the LeBron, Cleveland, and Golden State in like the last 4 years before Toronto won the title. Mm-hmm. They would like go on stretches where they wouldn't do anything in the regular season, and people would start to doubt like, will they make it to the finals this year? And then just flip a switch in the playoffs.
And I'm happy the narrative of like Mahomes being like obviously he's a beast. He's the best quarterback in football. Yeah. But the fact that people are starting to go, okay, they got Hill, they got Kelsey. He's got weapons that people don't have.
Yeah. Like
Rodgers has Adams, Tonyan's pretty good, but Kelsey is like the best tight end in football.
Yeah.
Kittle's kind of right there, but obviously he was out for most of the year.
Yeah.
But in Tyreek Hill, wow.
He's like
his yards after catch is incredible.
I know. He's like, I don't know, it's weird. Cuz he's fast, like he's the fastest player in the NFL, but he can run routes too.
Yeah.
And he could have had over 200 yards the other day.
Easily.
He dropped a pass on the first possession.
Yeah.
Way down the field. He would have went over 200, and who knows. Knowing him, he probably would have went for a touchdown on that play. But
and talk about a story. I mean, Hardman fumbles the ball. It gives the Bills a touchdown pretty much the very next play. But he comes out, he gets a touchdown himself, and then he's got that.
The 50-yard run.
Yeah, 50-yard run was huge.
They just have so many weapons.
Yeah.
They're like, no one can compete with them.
Exactly.
With their speed.
Yeah. It's like a next man up kind of mentality. Like if one guy's not performing, you still got 3 other guys that can come in there. And then you got Clyde Edwards-Helaire as a rookie.
Yeah,
he's going to be balling.
He's going to be good.
Not sure how I feel about Bell.
I don't think they're
he probably won't be there.
Back.
But Williams is a great backup as well.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are dangerous, man. It's hard to pick against them. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I was thinking when we were talking about who we think's going to be in the Super Bowl, I thought it was Chiefs Saints.
Yeah, I don't remember who I had in the NFC. I think I had the Chiefs for sure.
Yeah. We knew the NFC was going to be a toss-up, but we really thought it's Chiefs, and then we kind of thought Bills-Ravens. But
yeah, I think I may have picked the Niners to go back, but
yeah, I mean, you couldn't have expected all the injuries that came with them. But I mean, and like with the Ravens, I thought the Ravens could be up there, but Lamar didn't really have the season
he's like Giannis, dude.
Yeah, you made that comparison. He's the Giannis of the NFL.
He just needs to expand his game a little bit. Or a lot.
Like the running's great, but you got to be able to make those throws.
Yeah, it's not even that he can't, because I'm pretty sure he can. He has the arm to.
Yeah,
it's just confidence
for sure.
And I feel like if they get him more weapons, that confidence will come.
That comes with Harbaugh too. Like he needs to start designing plays.
It's Greg Roman.
Roman,
that's the offensive coordinator.
Yeah. But yeah, like the one thing I was thinking about Lamar Jackson, I look at Josh Allen for it. Like when I was watching the divisional round games, Josh Allen was during the red zone. The play was he's going to run, but while he's running, he's looking upfield to see if there's open guys, and he finds Knox in the end zone for a touchdown. That's something Lamar needs to do more. Like a lot of the plays, he's going to run, but you still got the receivers upfield. You got to look for them.
I feel like that's more design because they design runs, but they don't have any passing options out of it.
Right. Yeah, they need to load up some receivers.
I think they should try to go get Allen Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you think Juju might go? Because I don't think he's not. I don't think he's going to resign with the Steelers. They got a lot of salary cap issues.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
They have $100 million to spend.
Yeah, true. I really like Jacksonville receiving corps. Keelan Cole, DJ Chark, Chenault. They got a nice wide receiver room.
Yeah.
And obviously, Trevor Lawrence is probably going there. Way. That's going to be fun. It's too bad, man, that Jalen Ramsey, Bouye, those guys couldn't. Or
they kind of had to get rid of them.
Yeah, they had to force their way out. I mean, they were struggling. Obviously, they went 1-15, but that would have been really cool to see that team. It would have been something special. And obviously, they signed Joe Schobert as well.
Yeah.
One of the best tacklers in the league. But man, speaking of forcing your way out, Deshaun Watson. He requested.
Bro, the Texans are a mess.
They are. Houston's a mess, honestly. They lose Springer. They lose Hopkins. They lose.
They're down terrible.
Yeah. Man, their management needs to figure it out. And obviously, like, they signed a new coach, but that really doesn't have.
Astros curse, bro. That's what you get for cheating.
Yeah, facts. Man, it's tough. Where do you think his best landing spots would be?
Niners?
Yeah, Niners. I was thinking Niners, Dolphins. Because I think the Dolphins package would be really good. You get Tua, and then you get the third pick.
The Jets have a lot to offer, too.
Yeah.
They have 2 firsts this year. I think they have 2 firsts next year.
He even said he wanted to go to the Jets. Like, he said that was one of the destination spots.
Probably one of them, yeah, because their new coach, Saleh, I think is how you say it. He's a good defensive coach. Yeah, they don't have a lot, though, offensively.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Like, you're going into a position that would be worse than the Texans, I think.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, because like you at least have like Brandon. Like Crowder had a really good year,
the Jets at least have cap room.
Yeah.
The Texans don't.
Yeah.
And they don't have picks. They're a mess.
Yeah. But I think the Dolphins would be a really cool spot, but it's kind of hard to trade Tua when you just drafted him. But like you said, the Niners I think is the very best. Like
the Niners, he should be trying to force his way to the Niners.
Phenomenal defense. Ayuk had a great year. Kittle's an amazing option to throw to.
Man. Yeah, Deebo Samuel too.
Yeah.
Mostert. They're loaded.
Is Coleman still going to be there next year?
I think he's a free agent.
Okay.
So maybe, who knows? But Shanahan with Deshaun Watson, he's an MVP in 2 years.
Like Deshaun Watson
maybe even next year.
Easily top 5 quarterback in the league.
I'd say top 5.
And you could see, like I think Stephen A said it, like if you put Deshaun Watson in Kansas City instead of Mahomes.
He's comparable.
Yeah. He's doing pretty much the same thing. Like his ability to get out of the pocket and make throws downfield. Like that play against the Bills in the playoffs was incredible.
Man, he's so good.
Yeah.
And to think the Bears took Trubisky over him.
I can't believe it. And they took Trubisky over Mahomes as well.
Mahomes I kind of get because no one knew he was going to be this. Like me personally, I thought that Watson was the best and then Mahomes and then Trubisky. But Trubisky, he ain't it.
I wonder what the Bears are going to do, if they're going to keep rolling with him or if they're going to...
I don't even think Trubisky's that bad. It's just that the people who they drafted him over...
Yeah.
Or who they drafted him over... It's just terrible.
Yeah, it's kind of like what they do. It's kind of like what they do with Baker. Like you see, you have Lamar and Josh Allen, but when it was draft day, it was Baker or Darnold. Yeah, and it's not like Darnold's really done anything, so they made the right decision at that time. But
hindsight.
Looking back at it, it's like wow, Josh Allen. I mean, and one thing I want to say is in that game, he didn't have his best game against the Chiefs, but his ability to like make something out of nothing is incredible. Like
he's hard to sack.
Yeah, I mean there was a couple
6'5",
like
240.
Yeah, he had a couple like 15+ yard sacks because he was trying to get away. But at that point in the game, you got to just do as much as you can. His ability, like he was running all the way to the sideline where you're like, okay, he's going to run out of bounds. Then he makes a crazy throw, gets a completion.
I want to credit the Chiefs defense though.
Yeah,
they're underrated,
extremely underrated.
Because so much of the attention goes to Mahomes, Hill, and Kelsey, and all them. But they're not great. But you have Matthew, you have Chris Jones.
Yeah,
you have their corners are really good in man coverage. Breland and Snead. They're really good. They're good enough.
Yeah.
To carry their load.
Mm-hmm. The Chiefs are going to be a tough team to beat.
Yeah. And I saw a stat, and Mahomes has only lost like 8 or 9 times in his career, which is crazy. But in those games, the opponents average 36 a game. So you basically need to score 36 to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah. And I don't think he's actually lost a game by more than 7 points.
8.
So 8 points, yeah.
He's never lost by more than one possession.
Yeah, even when he's losing, it's by like the skin of his teeth.
Yeah.
Like that, even the Raiders loss that they had this year was...
It was his biggest defeat ever, and it was 8 points.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Like, he's insane. Yeah. The Chiefs are insane.
Yeah.
They're just on another level.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think about... So I think DK Metcalf and Justin Jefferson were on...
I'm Athlete
show. So DK had... I have the list right here. He put Julio, number 1, as the best receiver in the league, with himself second, Hopkins third, Adams fourth, and then he had OBJ, Diggs, and AJ Brown fifth. And then Jefferson he had Julio 1, he had Adams 2, himself third, and then DK fourth, which DK, how are you not going to put Jefferson on your list? And then he had Hopkins fifth. What are your thoughts?
I love number one.
Yeah.
I'm a Falcons fan.
I agree with number one easily.
Dude, he's like, I'm comparing this to Kawhi because when he got injured for that year, people forgot how good he is.
Yeah.
Julio Jones was hurt for, I think, 8 or 9 games this year.
Yeah.
And when he did play, he's the same player.
Yeah.
He was the same player.
When healthy, is the best receiver in football.
Yeah. Because he makes everybody else better.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, he doesn't score touchdowns. Well, he's getting tripled in the red zone.
And when he's in the game, Calvin Ridley becomes even more of a beast because he's not being looked at as much.
Actually, Ridley had his best games this year when Jones didn't play.
Really?
So now when they play together, they're going to be insane.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I'm an excited boy.
Yeah.
Because the Falcons, they have so much potential, but
yeah,
new coach, who knows what happens.
Yeah. One thing that stood out to me. How is Tyreek Hill not on either of their lists?
Yeah. He's
like
I think Jones is the best, and I think Hopkins is second, but Tyreek Hill is the scariest.
Mm-hmm. I find it weird that he had OBJ in there as well. Obviously he's been with the Browns and
I think he's
in a tough spot.
I think he's as talented as anybody else,
Yeah,
but he just needs to be in the right situation.
Yeah, he's not in the right situation in Cleveland. I think that's something that they need to do in the offseason.
He needs a veteran quarterback.
Yeah. I think trading OBJ is the right move for the Browns because they need some defensive help.
Green Bay?
That would be perfect. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, if he's got Devontae Adams and OBJ.
They'll maximize them.
Yeah. They'll be incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about Hopkins fifth on Jefferson's list.
Hopkins is my number 2.
Yeah. Who would be like your top 5, like in any particular order?
Julio, number 1. Hopkins 2. Adams 3. Hill 4, and 5 is interchangeable with a bunch of different people.
Yeah, I think I have the same 4 as you, and then I'd probably put Diggs 5th.
Diggs? Yeah, Diggs.
Like, because it was weird. Like, when he was on Minnesota, like, he wasn't necessarily, like, the number 1 guy. Like, Thielen was getting the ball a lot.
They split, kind of.
Yeah. But, I mean, he goes to Buffalo.
Thielen was more like the security blanket, and Diggs was kind of like the down-the-field target.
Yeah.
Now Diggs has kind of become, like, everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and switching gears to another quarterback, Matthew Stafford. He wants out of the Lions, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he'd have a Hall of Fame career if he wasn't in Detroit for that long.
He's definitely a Hall of Fame talent.
Yeah. He's kind of like Rivers in the sense where his career would be a lot different based on who he was with.
Yeah. I think Stafford is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL. Maybe like top 2 or 3, honestly.
Yeah.
With Mahomes and Watson maybe, and Rodgers, but he's definitely really good and his career's been wasted.
Yeah.
I mean, he played with Calvin Johnson for a couple of years. But
it's so sad that he retired too. Like, I wanted to see what they could do together.
It's just Detroit players, dude. Like, Barry Sanders retired early. He retired early. On this pace, I wouldn't be surprised if Stafford did too.
Yeah.
But now he's obviously leaving. But
yeah, now that he wants his way out, I would really like to see him on the Colts. Because
same.
With Rivers most likely being gone, I think he's retiring.
He's retired.
Defense is like Buckner, Leonard. Like, their defense is crazy.
Yeah.
They got a great running back room.
They're young.
Taylor, I think, had like over 1,000 rushing yards.
Jonathan Taylor's.
They're gonna have Marlon Mack back as well. They might.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Oh, he is. Okay, yeah, he's another free agent.
I don't know if they'll bring him back, but who knows?
Yeah, but I think Stafford on the Colts would be a perfect
Hines
situation.
Too.
Pardon?
Naheem Hines.
Yeah.
And a receiver, they have Pittman. I love Pittman.
Yeah.
He's so good.
I'm surprised. Like, I swear to God, Reggie Wayne's like 50 years old. He's T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton. I get those
guys at Reggie Wayne.
Yeah, Reggie Wayne. Wow, he's gone. Okay. But
he's been gone. But yeah, T.Y. Hilton, he's still decent.
Mm-hmm.
He's good enough. But yeah, I think Stafford, they'd be a better version of what they are this year.
Yeah.
They're good. They're well coached too.
I mean, they almost beat the Bills.
Yeah.
And the Bills,
they should have won, honestly.
Yeah, I thought they should definitely.
They kind of blew that.
They made a ton of mistakes throughout that game, kicking field goals and going for it, like
going forward on 4th and goal.
Yeah, and I mean the coaches are going to learn from that, so they're going to be even better next year.
Yeah,
especially if you bring in a guy like Stafford who's younger than Rivers, and then everyone's a year older.
He's only 32.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time left.
Yeah, got a good 4 or 5 years left.
Yeah,
at high level play.
Mm-hmm.
And I think putting with Frank Reich kind of rejuvenated Phillip Rivers this year based off of what he did the year prior in San Diego or LA. They were still San Diego at that time, right? No, they were LA.
They were LA at the last year he was there.
They were LA. But yeah, he kind of had a rough year, and then he came back this year, had a decent year. So And then we saw what he did with Wentz.
Yeah. Man, Wentz.
I still believe in Wentz. But
I can't unsee that 2017 season, where he almost won MVP. He was balling out.
And even last year, he played decent.
Yeah, he had I think he had the same amount of interceptions. He had 7 interceptions. He had
27 touchdowns or something.
Yeah, I think he had 6 less touchdowns than he did in the quote unquote what would have been his MVP season.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they're going to be a battle with him and Hurts, or if they're going to move on from Wentz.
I think they're going to keep Wentz. I would try to trade Hurts.
Really?
Yeah. If you're going to keep Wentz, you can't keep both.
Yeah.
I wouldn't keep both.
Yeah, I mean, they can both flourish on different teams. There's a lot of teams in need of quarterbacks right now.
Even a team my favorite team, Atlanta. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be mad if they traded for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. With Atlanta, they got the fourth pick. They got the fourth pick in the draft. Lawrence is going to go 1.
Yeah. Jets, I have no idea.
I think the Jets either go with Sewell or maybe, they might go receiver as well.
Yeah.
It's tough. I wonder who's going to go between Mac Jones and Wilson.
Mac Jones, I think, will go in the mid first or late first. Then there's Fields.
Yeah. Justin Fields is interesting to me. I think he might fall.
A little bit, maybe.
Because when I'm reviewing his performance, one thing I noticed with Fields is he'll look at his first target and he'll focus on that target. Yeah, he'll stare him down, and he could be triple teamed and he'll still make that throw. He won't really look to the other side of the field, and that's obviously he's going to develop and with better coaching.
He'll learn that as he goes.
But you want him in Atlanta?
Yeah. I've been a fan of him since he was in high school, his senior year in high school.
I remember being in high school and us watching. You we had a little Chromebook and you look at this guy. He's gonna be the next Cam Newton, but better. Yeah. Because at that time, Cam Newton was the MVP of the league.
Yeah, this was 2017, so he was still a really good player. Good player. They went 11-5 that year, I think. Yeah,
I'm also interested with the Bengals where they're gonna go. I think offensive line is the right move because Burrow needs help.
Jonah Williams they drafted a couple years ago. I think he's decent enough. And then if you get Sewell too, now you have 2 tackles.
Yeah, and Sewell is a generational talent.
Yeah, he's the best tackle since they were saying Orlando Pace or something.
Wow. Damn.
Orlando Pace played 20 years ago, so it's been a long time.
Yeah, back-to-back years for Oregon getting big players. I mean, Herbert had a phenomenal year. Do you think he's offensive rookie of the year? Or would you go with Justin Jefferson?
I would maybe tie him.
Because it's so tough.
They both had really good years.
Yeah, because Jefferson 1,400 yards is crazy, but Herbert surprised everybody.
Rookie record.
Yeah, I guess it's tough
Randy
to go
Moss's
away from
record.
That's what surprised me is in 2017, Saquon Barkley got it, and Baker broke the touchdown record. But you got to give it to Barkley.
Yeah, so I feel that may happen.
Yeah, I think Jefferson will probably get
Jefferson.
it. Yeah, but Herbert's right there.
Yeah, I mean, he's insane.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to suck. Personally.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be that great, and then you just see him in this first 2 games.
He proved everybody wrong. Yeah. His first game, he went head-to-head with Mahomes, and he took him to overtime.
Yeah,
he's great.
I'm really interested. And then defensive rookie of the year, who might it be? Patrick Queen.
Patrick Queen, maybe. I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, that's the only name that comes to mind when I think about it.
I feel like there's Chase Young.
Wow, yeah. Okay.
Chase Young's getting it.
He was a beast. I love the way he came at Tom Brady.
Yeah, you can't blame him. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like he'd said it in a press conference. He said it to his teammates going into the locker room. Yeah. And somebody just happened to record it.
And he did it in a more respectful way. There's what he did, and then there's what Juju did.
And then he didn't try to defend himself. He just said, or not try to defend himself, but try to backtrack. He's I'm playing Tom Brady. Yeah. I'm playing the GOAT in a playoff game. I'm not going to take it back.
Yeah.
And then after the game, he went to Tom Brady and, said what he said.
Yeah.
Saying he meant so much to him and all that. So he did it the right way. Juju, nah. Claypool.
Yeah.
Juju and Claypool needed.
As a Browns fan, that pissed me off. Browns is the Browns. Nameless gray faces. You guys got your butts kicked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really call it either their faults. They both played pretty well, and it was the mistakes of, who was it, Pouncey?
We had Pouncey at the beginning.
Pouncey at the beginning, and then
Ben didn't play that well.
Ben didn't play too well. A lot of it was pressure. A couple of the interceptions were just horrible decisions because he was pressured so fast, and you got to just throw it away.
Yeah.
But Big Ben, is he he's coming back? But he's a $41 million contract.
I know. He has the biggest cap hit in the NFL.
That's
for
crazy.
A quarterback.
I mean, it would only probably be that 1 year. And then,
yeah, I think he has 1 year left.
And then they got Dwayne Haskins, so he'll probably be like a Jameis Winston where he's just going to kind of learn as much as he can. But Ben needs to be that leader.
Ben needs to teach him.
Yeah.
And, like, take him under his wing. And
yeah, if he really cares about the Steelers, he'll make the impact.
Yeah, don't be selfish.
Yeah.
Like, 3 years ago, or whenever they got Mason Rudolph, I kind of get it. Because he was still good.
Yeah.
Not to say that he's bad now, but it's the end.
Yeah.
He needs to...
Yeah, it can't be like an Aaron Rodgers situation where they draft Love. Rodgers is playing for his job. Yeah. He's obviously going to be working his butt off, but like he's got to know that
he's got to get the next guy ready.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we got the NBA.
Yes, I mean, we got to start with this. James Harden going to Brooklyn. Obviously, it's 2 weeks later, but we've had some time to digest it and see how they've played. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on it?
It looks like Harden's the guy taking a step back. He's the Bosch. That's what I said at the beginning. Yeah. Like, who's going to be the Bosch? It looks like he's going to be more of like a facilitator. Yeah. And Kyrie's going to be more of a 2. And Kevin Durant's Kevin Durant.
Like, he's going to get the ball and he's going
to do what he does. But
yeah, I also feel like it's kind of been like a feeling out process for Harden, where he's like kind of like when LeBron's playing his first games in the playoff series.
He's getting everybody involved.
He's trying to see what everyone can do. And but man, looking at that trade, like when it first happened, I was annoyed because I didn't want them to have a big 3.
Yeah.
Kind of wanted it to be a bit more competitive, but at the same time, they lost so much depth.
It still is competitive. Yeah. They're not like Golden State.
Yeah, they're not like guaranteed
by far favorites.
Yeah.
Like I could see them not making the finals.
Yeah, which would if you're the Nets, you have to make the finals.
Yeah. It'd be hilarious if they don't.
I mean, Steve Nash needs to bear down with the defensive coaching for sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, my only problem is that they have no defensive-minded players.
Yeah,
they have no defensive-minded coaches.
Losing Allen, the interior force is gone.
Yeah, and DeAndre Jordan's washed. So
yeah, he's not going to get a ton of.
They may get Drummond though. I saw they may try to get Drummond.
Huge.
Drummond would change everything.
Cleveland doesn't really need Drummond. I mean, they're going to have Kevin Love coming back, but Jared Allen's there, Nance is there.
Yeah.
Taurean Prince.
They may try to trade Love too. I would try to get all the big contracts out of there because they're going to be really good. I mean, that game that Sexton played against Brooklyn. First of all, Brooklyn, you cannot let him drop 42 points on you. Yeah, especially when you're wearing Kyrie's number. Kyrie, you can't let. He was wearing Kyrie's too. I think he was wearing Kyrie's shoes too.
Oh man, but 42 points going to double overtime. You can't let Colin Sexton be the guy to win that game.
Yeah.
I mean, so many people make the argument about like who's going to get the last shot, but every single time one of them's had it, they really haven't hit it.
Yeah. I mean, they beat the Hawks yesterday. And Harden kind of took over late. So, I mean, I feel like they'll just be like, they'll flow with it. I don't think it's going to be, Katie's going to get the last shot every time.
It'll just be like whoever's playing the best that night.
Yeah. But I don't know. They need more defensive help.
Yeah.
One thing
I'm worried about is like when waivers come and the trade deadline, like all these guys are going to go to Brooklyn.
Yeah, I saw like Drummond may get bought out. Like, why would you buy him out? Yeah, somebody would definitely trade for him.
Exactly.
Somebody would definitely trade for him. Like Boston.
Yeah. I was even thinking Boston could, but I mean like Tice has played a lot, but he's improved a ton. And they got Williams as well.
Yeah, and Tristan Thompson.
Yeah. I was even thinking about the Raptors maybe, but like this is kind of like a transition year for them where they're not really trying.
And he's on an expiring contract, so there's no point if you don't think he's going to stay.
Yeah. Which he probably... I mean, they're playing in Tampa. They might.
I don't think they will next year.
Yeah, true. They'll probably be back in Toronto.
Yeah.
But damn, looking at that trade, Cleveland, I think, won that trade. Well, okay, they didn't really win it because Brooklyn got Harden.
They gave up nothing and got a really good player.
Yeah. The one team where I was a little confused with Houston, I liked the return they got with LeVert, but then trading LeVert for Oladipo. First of all, LeVert, my prayers go out to you, man.
Yeah, he actually had surgery. And it seems like he's going to make a full recovery.
I hope so. I really hope so. He's great.
Yeah,
I thought
he's
amazing. I thought he was easily going to win Sixth Man of the Year if he was on Brooklyn.
Oh yeah,
but
100%.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. But I really didn't understand that trade for Oladipo because I thought Houston's going to build around Wood, and I thought Wood and LeVert would be a perfect little system.
I think it's because Oladipo is on a expiring contract.
True.
So you still have cap room next summer, but I would have kept LeVert.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see the Pacers though. Brogdon's having an incredible year. Sabonis is a beast.
Yeah.
Miles Turner is blocking shots.
Sabonis may be the most underrated player in the NBA.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when he made the All-Star game, people were talking about like how. It's like, dude, look at his stats.
Yeah.
Look
how he plays. Yeah. He's relentless.
And then Miles Turner, isn't he averaging 5 blocks a game.
4 or something. He's
insane.
Monster.
Yeah. And then they got a solid bench, too. Like McConnell, McDermott. Like, they're just guys that can score.
They're just like a solid team. Like, I don't see them making the finals or like anything like that, but they're a solid 4 or 5 seed.
Yeah. Like, they were the 4 seed. I mean, they were tied with the Heat, but they got home advantage, I guess, for head-to-head.
Home advantage. They're in the bubble.
In the bubble. I'm not going to lie. I kind of miss the bubble a little bit. I just like the court. You know, it just looks so nice.
Having teams having their actual courts.
Yeah. It feels more like the NBA now. Yeah. I just like the idea of like everyone. It kind of felt like a AAU tournament, you know, like where everyone's there.
And that's honestly what it was, to be honest.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
But I don't think anybody wants to go back to the bubble.
Yeah, no, that's just a tough situation to be in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, a lot of guys were complaining about it, and I get like you don't have your family there, and once they got him, that was great. But like you're making a ton of money. You're doing what you love.
Yeah, I think the basketball part they all were fine with. It's just like everything else.
Yeah.
Being stuck in a room.
Yeah, they had to quarantine for like the first 2 or 3 days, I think, just in their room.
Something like that.
There was that complaint about Jimmy Butler dribbling in his room. I find, man, I love how
Jimmy Butler is hilarious.
Yeah, I love how the narrative on Jimmy Butler has changed.
It's completely changed.
Yeah, like when he was on Minnesota, like there was that whole outburst at practice. But like guys, like Andrew Wiggins was one of the guys who was like, I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah,
I loved it. It fired everybody up and it made us play better.
Yeah, but like, and everywhere he's gone, the team's been better.
Yeah, the one year that Minnesota made the playoffs, he was there. Yeah. The one year he was with Philadelphia, that's the farthest they've gone in the playoffs.
Yeah, and to be honest, if Kawhi didn't hit that shot, it would have went to overtime, and all the momentum was on Philadelphia's side.
And then Butler could have potentially re-signed.
Yeah.
I find it so funny, too, how like everyone was talking crap to Butler about going to Miami, and then he's like,
just going to the finals one time.
Yeah.
Like, he's insane. I love Butler. Yeah. I love Jimmy Butler. A lot of people don't like him, but I honestly don't get why. Yeah. Because the same people who don't like him are the same people who say, oh, in the 90s it was so much more competitive. Yeah. He's literally a 90s player in today's game.
Yeah.
So why do you not like him?
Exactly. That's the thing, dude. When I think of like Westbrook too, I remember, I think it was Jordan and Kobe both said like, who is the player that like replicates your like mentality, and they both said Westbrook. Yeah,
because he plays hard every night.
Yeah, he's like, so I saw someone say this, but like he's like the best worst player in the league, which is like facts. It kind of makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. He's a baller, but like at the same time, he can't hit shots.
Yeah,
like you can't.
I don't know what happened.
I know. Like
I swear he used to be able to.
I know. He was banging 3-pointers in OKC, like not consistently. Like he wasn't shooting like.
He's never been like a consistent shooter, but
like he was able to get it done when it counted. Yeah, like he turned into a brick parade.
Yeah, he has. I saw it like the other night. It may have changed by now, but he had like 163 points this season on 163 shots.
Yeah, that can't.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and he hasn't even really been getting to the free throw line that much, and he's been like driving pretty much every play.
Yeah,
I feel so bad for Beal, man.
He needs to get out of there. Yeah. I remember in the offseason, he was like, I don't like change. I want to change. I want to stay here.
No. But then just watching him, like he was on the bench, like he had his arms up, just looked so defeated.
He was like, it looked like he was going to cry.
He was on the verge of tears. And
last night, he scored 47 points in 40 minutes. Yeah. And they lost by 15.
Yeah, that can happen. I mean, I do like Washington's future. Like Hachimura, I think is going to be really good.
They have decent players, but Beal needs to get out of there.
Yeah.
He can't waste his career.
Did you see how when that Harden trade was happening, when he was with OKC, originally it was going to be Harden going to Washington for the pick and Beal. So Beal was talking. He was on board with it. He was like, I'm going to go get to play with Westbrook and Durant, and then they changed and they went with Kevin Martin, which I never understood.
I never understood when they made the trade. Yeah, it made no sense.
That was like around the time when we started being friends, and I remember. Like you were all about the Heat because obviously like you love LeBron,
lifelong LeBron fan,
and so I didn't like LeBron at the time. LeBron has grown on me big time, but at the time,
to hate LeBron.
I did not like him. Man.
Hated LeBron.
It was like I just remember that round they were playing against Toronto, and he was like in a little scuffle, and Tristan Thompson hit him in the face, and LeBron like went down to the ground, and they called a foul on a Raptors guy. I'm like, no one touched him, so that like fueled it. But like, I was cheering for OKC back then, so if they could have got Beal.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it would have taken a couple years for him.
Yeah, for him to grow, but man, I wonder if he would have become the player he is now, though.
Maybe.
Like it's tough to tell. There's so many situations like that. Where
he's naturally talented.
Yeah.
So I think he would have been really good, but who knows?
So Beal was almost traded back then.
Yeah.
If he were to be traded right now, where do you think would be the best landing spots?
Miami. Miami is one. I know they've always wanted him. He's always been like their their plan B to Giannis.
Yeah.
And obviously that's not happening.
Miami would be perfect. The Bucks would be perfect as well.
Bucks. I mean, that's exactly what Giannis needs.
Yeah. Like, I remember it was Max Kellerman that said, he was like, he's not a Kobe that needs a Shaq.
He's a Shaq that needs a Kobe.
Yeah. He needs a shot creator, and Beal is exactly that.
Yeah. And I would trade Middleton.
Yeah, that'd be the perfect piece, because, I mean, the Wizards would take that. I mean, you'd probably have to give them something else as well, like a pick or...
They don't have picks, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Maybe DiVincenzo.
They don't have picks because they traded them all for Holiday.
Yeah.
So it'd be tough for the Bucks. They'd probably need like a third team, but that third team would have to give up picks, so they'd have to get stuff in return too. So I think the Bucks are a weird spot. I'd love for him to go to the Bucks, but I don't know if it'll happen. With Miami's,
it'd be like Hero,
Robinson.
You're not giving up Adebayo. He's staying.
No.
Man, that's tough though. I think the Bucks would be the best situation for him, just for like.
I think Miami's really good too.
Yeah, like just as like a fan of basketball, I kind of want Miami to stay the way they are. But if like they could be in win now mode easily.
Yeah, I think they are in win now.
Yeah,
win now mode.
Absolutely. I mean, they made the finals last year.
Yeah, Butler's 30 something.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think Miami, Milwaukee, and then Denver.
Denver, yeah. So
Denver can give up.
They'd keep Murray. I think they'd probably go Michael Porter.
Yeah, Porter Jr. and Bol.
Yeah,
maybe?
R.J. Hampton too.
Yeah, they have a bunch of young.
Yeah,
pieces.
A lot of young. I mean, Hampton doesn't even play for them yet. Like he hasn't got really any minutes. So.
Yeah, they have picks too. Maybe. I'm trying to think actually, because like you're gonna have to give up a lot because Beal is a 30-point per game scorer.
Yeah, like for Harden, you have to give up LeVert and Allen and Prince, all these guys. So you'd have to give up something like. I mean, Middleton's like probably the best scenario for the Wizards to get. I mean, actually, no, Miami probably would be with Hero and Robinson, but
because I don't think the Wizards are trying to win. Now.
Yeah, they're looking like with Advia, the new pick, and then Russell Westbrook. He's kind of just like he's there. He's kind of like Wall on the Rockets. They're just kind of like there for now.
Yeah,
they're not really building around those guys.
Yeah, he's not part of their future.
Yeah, they got Advia. Hachimura's really good too. Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
Thomas Bryant's not bad.
Yeah,
he's pretty good. I mean, he tore his ACL.
Yeah, he was having a good year too. Like,
yeah,
he's
really good offensively. He's really good offensively. But yeah, I don't know who else. The Clippers maybe. I don't know what they trade.
Yeah, they don't really have anyone. Like they have no picks.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like all the best places for him, I feel like they have no picks.
Yeah,
or they have nowhere.
And then, or the other ones is like he's not going to want to go there because they're not in win now mode. Yeah. So,
I think he just wants to be on like a competitor.
Yeah,
I don't think he really cares about Pelicans.
I mean, yeah, they're shopping Lonzo right now as well. Maybe Jackson Hayes and a couple picks.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of picks from the Lakers too.
The Lakers,
and their own.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, so it's probably like Pelicans, Heat, Nuggets, Bucks would probably be the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Man, Ingram and Beal would be pretty. And Zion. Oh my goodness, the Pelicans are dangerous with those.
Yeah, but I feel like they're always they're disappointing.
Yeah,
they've been my most disappointing team this year.
Oh, for sure. Like they started off kind of hot, where it looked like okay, they're going to be trending upwards, but then recently, like Ingram hasn't obviously he had a big game last night, but he was kind of like trending.
Yeah. It's just it feels like him and Zion don't know yet whose team it is.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to split.
Mm-hmm. And that's honestly I hope Lonzo can get out of there because like the way they're using him.
They bring him off a bench.
Yeah, they bring him off the bench and he kind of just sits in the corner like OG shooting threes. Yeah. Like he shouldn't be a guy that should be throwing up 6 threes a game.
He's playing more of like a shooting guard this year, which is the exact opposite of what he is.
Exactly. And it's amazing how many people are like, yeah, Lob City, they're going to be the new Paul and Griffin, but they're not even really been on the court that much together.
Exactly. I mean, he's been injured too, but yeah, I think Lonzo needs a fresh start. But I feel like we said that with LA too.
Yeah, it's true.
He needs to be on a team where he's the bona fide playmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to have the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
Hands,
yeah.
But yeah. Man, so I think Beal had a meeting with management to discuss
I think he will.
Probably will.
Yeah.
He definitely wants out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's gotten to a point where I feel like he's wanted to stay and he didn't want to leave, but it's at a point now where you can't keep wasting your career in a place that it's kind of like Deshaun Watson in a way.
And Stafford too. It comes to a point where you're like, okay, guys, I've done enough for you and you've tried your best for me, but we need to cut ties.
Yeah. How long has Beal been in the league now? 8 years. This is his 8th year, 7th or 8th year.
Yeah, 8 or 9 years.
Yeah, so he's at a point now where I think he wants to win.
Yeah.
He's made a bunch of money. He signed an extension, a huge extension.
And he's playing the best basketball of his career right now, too.
He's in his prime. Just, he wants to win at this point.
If he could go to the Bucks, then that competition between the Bucks and the Nets is going to be extremely
Sixers
interesting.
Too. I think Sixers are for real.
Yeah, because with Tobias Harris, he's playing what he was like in 2018.
I don't know what it is about him and Doc Rivers. He just gets the best out of him.
Yeah, I guess.
Because his best year so far has been with Doc Rivers and with the Clippers.
Yeah.
He had an off year last year. Now Doc Rivers is back and he's back to where he was.
And Embiid's playing MVP basketball. He's definitely in the running. And then
Embiid
Simmons is... he's playing phenomenal defensively.
I think he can be so good. He just needs to be more aggressive.
Yeah. I think he's had one 20-point game this year.
Yeah.
He needs to get to the basket more. Obviously, he needs to work on his shooting. I don't know if it's just because he just can't get good enough or he's not putting the work in that he needs to.
Yeah. I just think it's confidence. He just needs to do.
Yeah.
He just needs to shoot them.
Yeah.
Because, we say he can't shoot, which I don't think he can that well, but he doesn't shoot, so we don't really know.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you're playing when you're not playing big teams in the league, you're going to go in there with a W. Those are the games where you test it out.
He plays up to his competition, then plays down.
Yeah.
He needs to find that consistency
for sure
of being what he can be, which I think is an MVP caliber player.
Yeah. And with the Sixers too, they need to roll with Seth Curry a lot more. Danny Green ain't cutting it.
Danny Green hasn't been bad since the first few games. He
hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been. He's supposed to be a 3-point shooter, helping out on the defensive end, and he's just not hitting threes.
Yeah, he hit a few against the Lakers the other day or yesterday. But yeah, he needs to definitely be more consistent.
Yeah.
I think Philly can be. They're 10-0 when they have their whole starting lineup.
Yeah. This was even last year. They were undefeated at home for the better part of the season.
Yeah, they're great at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're in the mix with the Nets and the Bucks and everybody else.
The Heat would be in there too if they
got Beal. Yeah.
Yeah, and Butler needs to be healthy. He's been in and out the whole season.
Played.
Yeah, and Harrell as well.
Yeah, and Adebayo is taking a step up. He's been amazing.
Yeah, and then Dragic as well. He was their leading scorer in the playoffs last year. People forget that. He's extremely important in their lineup.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you have Robinson. Yeah, if they get Beal, they won't have Robinson or Hero or whatever. But yeah, I like Miami to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to make the finals, as is right now.
I think
Definitely
their Eastern Conference Finals is their ceiling this year.
But I don't even think they'll make it that far.
Yeah, it'll be tough. This year is extremely competitive.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap up right there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for everyone that listened to the first episode.
We'll see y'all next week. Next Saturday, we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 55, Mahomes and Brady.
Yep.
Maybe the most anticipated Super Bowl ever? Maybe?
I'd say so.
Definitely mine.
GOAT versus the MVP.
Yeah.
Well, probably Rodgers, but...
GOAT versus Baby GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about our NBA predictions, award predictions.
Yeah.
So yeah. See you guys next week.
See y'all next Saturday.
Peace.